Hey everybody, John here from No Joke NHL. Tuesday, April 24th, doing our daily NHL playoff recap and any selections that we have. Last night we laid off the wagering and just watched the hockey, and it was a good night of hockey. If you like good, tough playoff hockey, you definitely got what you asked for last night. To review the games, first the New York Rangers stave off elimination against the Ottawa Senators with a 3-2 victory. All of their goals coming in the second period against the Ottawa Senators. Senators have one in the first and a controversial one in the third, which I do feel is a legitimate goal. Sort of a kicking motion, didn't really touch it. I think he was just inadvertently stepping and touched the puck. I don't think Lundqvist was interfered with either. I think if you're going to call goalie interference every time there's contact in the crease area, you could do that all night long. I mean, you could call cross-checking on every play. So the main thing that's surprising me is that the Rangers are still complaining about it, even with the win forcing Game 7. Lundqvist's comments after the game definitely going to get him a fine, and their mental state is absolutely pretty shady here. So I'm actually looking for Ottawa to give them a game. I'm waiting to see what the line is to come out. I'm sure it'll be out later today for that Thursday night Game 7 final. But I think the Ottawa Senators have definitely gotten under the skin of them, and Anderson was able to shore up net after giving up the 3 in the second period last night. Again, the Rangers, 2 of their goals on the power play, which says, either says one of two things. The Rangers' special teams are great on the power play. Ottawa's PK isn't that great. But the thing is, on 5-on-5, the Rangers are definitely getting their butt handed to them here in this series. And so, if you're a Rangers fan, that is a major area of concern going forward to Thursday. So we'll, like I said, we'll wait till see what the line is on that. The other game, the Phoenix Coyotes finished off their series against the Chicago Blackhawks with a 4-0 shutout against Crawford. They had one goal from the second period, 13-14. After a penalty by Taves. Blackhawks, it's typical box score for this. Blackhawks completely dominant on the offensive end, outshooting Phoenix 16-2 in the first period, 12-6 in the second period, before being outshot 12-11 by Phoenix in the third. But clearly, the Blackhawks just doing everything they could against Mike Smith, and he was outstanding in keeping them out of the net last night on 39 shots on goal. So Mike Smith definitely gets Phoenix the victory. I think the Coyotes are a decent team. Mike Smith certainly is standing up on his head, and goalies like that can take you places in the playoffs. However, I think in the long run, I would have liked to see Phoenix put more goals on the board. I mean, you were facing Crawford here, who certainly was shady. 2 of those victories, like I said, the overtime goals to Butker, 2 questionable goals there. So I'm not sure. You faced a subpar goaltender, weren't able to light it up, and of course Mike Smith kept them, put them on the road to victory. So definitely going to look forward to that. Phoenix and Nashville now set with Phoenix holding home ice advantage, the 3 seed versus the 4 seed, and of course the St. Louis Blues against the Los Angeles Kings. I think we're going to see lines on those series. The way they waited after the season ended and the playoffs, they waited a full 2 days. So I think we're going to wait until these Game 7s are in the books, or at least with just one matchup left, and be able to put lines out. So hold your horses on getting a line on any series plays for the next round, but I'm certainly looking there. I'm kind of looking at possible prices for Blues and Kings, maybe in the area Blues at -150 area against the Kings. Of course, Kings long shots before the playoffs began as the 8 seed, take out Vancouver in convincing fashion, and now they're one of the Cup contenders. And of course, that's based on Jonathan Quick. But Blues certainly formidable in goal, and the Kings haven't really faced Brian Elliott either. It was Halak this year against the Kings, in which the Kings did win 3 of 4 against the Blues. However, like I said, it was all against Halak. Elliott was great in relief, I believe, in one of those games. However, Jonathan Quick, 94 saves with only one goal going by. So 1 out of 95 the Blues were against Jonathan Quick. So something to file away there. But I'm looking at Blues as the favorite. And maybe King Money is going to come in and drive this price down. But really, this is going to be a toss-up series, and so it's going to be tough to predict one way or another. I can see this going either way. Going into tonight, we have Game 6, Florida Panthers, New Jersey Devils. The Devils minus 160 on home ice, come back on Florida plus 140. This price has dropped from the report yesterday, in which it was 170, 150, or 165, 145. So money's coming in on Florida here. I said yesterday we're going to see Theodore and Brodeur, and I stand corrected, as Theodore is not going to suit up tonight. We're going to see Scott Clemmensen starting and Jacob Markstrom backing him up. Clemmensen, the review, he was not the Theodore has been the go-to guy. After Theodore let up 3 goals in 6 minutes in Game 3, Clemmensen came in, pitched 53 shutout minutes in that game, then proceeded the first 2 periods of Game 4 against the Devils on New Jersey ice. He came in and only allowed 1 goal first 2 periods, then melted down in the third, giving up 3 goals on 10 shots. So that's the outline on Clemmensen, so I really don't know what to expect. I kind of think here that, with New Jersey, with the backs against the wall, I think they're going to come with the offensive guns. Whether they can maintain that throughout the game remains to be seen. I still like Florida here as a live dog to finish them off tonight, but I'm looking more at the over. The line on this, of course, is lined at 5, over 5, plus 105, under 5, minus 125. You know my feelings on under 5 with juice. That's a non-play, and I actually like the over. Could take the comfort of the 5 here at plus 105. Solid wager. You're getting plus money there, but I'm going to take the little chance here. Go over 5.5 plus 175. If you're not using an out, especially if you're going offshore, I understand Vegas may not do it, but if you're using offshore and your out does not offer these alternative lines, if you're really serious about betting hockey, as a main thing. I mean, a lot of people just throw hockey bets in on the side, and I understand that. But if you're looking at an out for hockey, 5 Dimes definitely an excellent source. Offer alternative lines, I guess, on every game. You can take minus 1.5 puck line on either side in any game, all through the regular season, of course, and during the playoffs. So a little shout out to 5 Dimes, even though they're not paying me. I pay them. But yeah, these alternative lines, a great way to make money. We were able to capitalize on that in the Flyers-Penguins series, and I'm looking to do that here. So over 5.5 plus 175 for tonight. The price on the Capitals is dropping for tomorrow. Boston Bruins now minus 190. Comeback on the Caps plus 165. They were at plus 170 yesterday, and so if you're going to get on the Capitals, I would get on them soon, because I think the money is going to come in on the underdog here. Not a lock that the Capitals are going to take Game 7. They've won 2 games on Boston ice, and so basically this is a very even series. You'd have to admit, I don't care what side you're pulling for here, and so if it's a very even series and you can get more than plus 150 on one of those sides, then in my opinion that's a good move. So that does it for today. Like I said, we'll be waiting to see what lines come out. I really haven't thought about the line on the Predators Nashville. I do like Nashville here moving forward out of these 4 teams. I think Nashville, while they're second favorite, I believe, they are definitely a live team in my opinion. I hold a futures ticket on them at 17-1 that I purchased back in January, and I'm pretty happy about that right now at this point, as you can imagine. So I'm definitely going to look at that moving forward. But they seem to be the live team out of all, especially out of all 4 of the teams left. Nashville owns the better win percentage against all the other teams. So I'm looking at that as a major factor as to why I formed my opinion there. So that does it for today. So we're going with Florida, Florida, New Jersey, over 5.5, plus 175. I may make a play, release it on Twitter later on Florida if I see the numbers moving my way in Florida. Maybe might take them like minus a half in regulation. at like 2 to 1, plus 2 to 1, and maybe take the -1 for the game at plus 300 and some. So I'll release that on Twitter if I decide to do that. If not, then hope we have a good night of hockey like we did last night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.